If your subject selections are looking a little rough like this, there's a reason for it. And in today's YouTube video, I want to show you guys exactly how I go about creating a much better subject selection using a good, better, best method. And we're going to use Lightroom for the first two methods and Photoshop for the third method. This is going to help you to get much better subject selections of wildlife, portraits, even in landscapes, which is going to allow you to make much better local adjustments on your photos. So with that being said, let's jump right in there. We're going to be in Lightroom Classic first. Now this is the photo that I'm working with. We've got this fox and its little kit here. And the problem is I've made a couple of subject selections where I've just selected subject, and you will see when I check show overlay that the subject selection is just not that great. You know, when I look at the fox and then I look at here, you can see there's no difference between the tail and the leg, even though there's background there. And what that's ultimately resulting in is this little green spot behind the fox is now getting affected by our subject selection. So you can see it's a little brighter and warmer because I've brightened and warmed the fox. So we definitely want to fix that, and it's actually much easier than you might think. So the good way to make a subject selection is to do exactly what I did here, which is where you create a new mask and you go to select subject. Does it relatively fast, and it does a decent job. You know, it's selected the subject decently, but the problem is, you know, there's no difference here. It all blends together. And then even on the subject of the kit, you can see it's like partially not selected because it's gray here. So I'll show you the better way to do it, which is what we are going to show you next, rather than using the subject selection. So we'll go in here. I've already made the adjustments. I've just basically darkened the background here, and then I've brightened and increased the saturation of our subject here, the fox. So what I'm going to do is just click on this subject, and I'm going to delete. And that is just going to delete it, so this mask is now completely black. So we need to add something to the mask to make the selection. Now, instead of using select subject or select background, what I'm actually going to do is select objects here. And this tool works a lot better than I realized. So now you get this brush, and you can either do this here, the rectangle, to create a mask around an object, which that is usually the really good way to do it if it works. But sometimes that's pretty hit or miss. You can see it hasn't really done that great on this photo because, again, we still have this weird spot in here. So we're not going to do that. Instead, if that doesn't work, what you're going to do is go in here with a brush. You can adjust the size if needed, and you are just going to paint over the outside of your selection or your subject here, and paint around like that. And then it should make a selection. Now you can see that selection is much, much better there, and I don't have this green grass area in there. Now, if I want to add the little kit in there as well, I can click add, and then I can go in and do another select object, and I can just paint right on over. Now, if you're editing a really, really fine subject, you may want to go in and decrease the size of the brush. But for something like this, that works just perfect. Now you can see the adjustment I made is no longer affecting the grass back there. But if you do have an issue where it might be affecting something like a stick that you don't want in there, you can show overlay, Command plus to zoom in. I just want to get rid of this stick. So let's subtract a brush here, and then we'll decrease the feather just a little bit, and then we can just paint this stick out, which is perfect. So now we are just affecting the fox's tail, and that is looking a lot better in there. Now we can do the same thing for this mask one right here, or what we can do, rather than recreating everything we just did, we can delete this, and we can select our original mask, click on the three dots, and click duplicate and invert mask. That'll create the exact same mask, just inverted. Now you can make your adjustment, and you can see when I darken it now, it is much, much better in terms of selecting just the subject. But you can still see there might be a little bit yearned for here. If you were to really, really darken it down, you could go in and touch that up. A lot of that too is just the detail in the fur there. But if you wanted, you could touch that up. But typically if you're darkening it that much, that's going to be too far anyways. So for just a little amount of darkening that I'm doing, that should probably be just fine where it's at. So you can look at before and after, and you can just see how much more selective our subject is here, where we're not over selecting these, see these weird spots, and you can see there's a little bit more clarity on the ears here because now we're making a better selection there. So that is the better method. Now you're probably wondering, what is the best method? Because there is a little bit better way to do this, but you do need to know how to use Photoshop in order to do it, or you at least need to be able to load your image into Photoshop. So I'll show you that right here. So with the image open in Photoshop, there's one thing you want to make sure of first, and I covered this a long time ago on the channel, but you want to go up to Photoshop, down to settings, and then over to image processing. And then make sure that you have this set to cloud, not device. By default, it's on device. So change this to cloud and then do more stable for all three of these options and hit OK. Now what we're going to do is click on select, and we are going to do a subject selection. This uses a different algorithm than Lightroom, so the subject selection works a lot better in here, and it uses cloud processing. Now we'll go in here. We'll just create a curves layer so we can see that layer mask. You can see this is our mask of our subject. So this I actually like a lot better. You can see it's done a better job of selecting the fur around here, and it's even kind of selected some of the gray area in here, which is great. Once again, it's selected the stick. I don't mind that. I'll just come in here with a brush. We'll paint over black through there. You can decrease the feather if you want to make this a little more accurate, but that's looking a lot better to me. Now you can do, you know, the same thing if you want to brighten the fox there. And then you could do the opposite. If I did click and drag this down to the plus and then Command I to invert, now I'm adjusting the background. So you can see, you know, even if I adjust this a lot, that's still looking pretty good, and it's looking even better, especially in this area as we darken those areas. You know, I would realistically probably be somewhere around there. You can see before and after. So this is the best way to make the subject selection, is here in Photoshop. So there's obviously a few different ways to do this, and whichever way you want to use is all great. But I do recommend, if you are using Lightroom, to use that better method, because it is going to get you a better subject selection. And I want to help you guys avoid having those weird halos that you see around subjects so frequently when you look at images on social media, which is mostly due to this problem: bad subject selection, or by using a brush to try and brighten or darken certain areas of your frame. So truly, I hope this was really helpful for you guys. If it was, help me out. Leave me a like and a subscribe to help me to continue to grow my channel. I greatly appreciate you guys being here, and I want to help you to get better at photography by posting instructional videos here every single week. Let me know down below in the comments if this did help. Thank you guys so incredibly much for being here. As always, my name is Austin Jackson, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.